Hello, welcome. This is Blockchain Bloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Attila Pinkin. In today's video, I'm going to talk about that in the first quarter of 2021, the institutional growth in crypto slowed down, and on the other hand, retail activity is on the rise. The second news I would like to talk about is that USDC is halfway to flipping PayPal in transaction volume. And what is that exactly about? Yeah, I'm going to talk about that as well. And the third one, it's all about blockchain and crypto education, and it's very important for the new generation to be part of it, and we have to do something about it, that financial education appears in schools, otherwise they will miss out. So all this in today's video. And those of you who are new in crypto definitely should check out our free course, How to Start to Invest in Bitcoin and Other Cryptocurrencies. You can find the link under this video, and there you can find another course as well, and also many useful links to join cryptocurrency exchanges, just like Binance or Coinbase and so on and so forth, and other opportunities. And with all those links, you can definitely save money for yourself. And now let's move on to the market. The market looks like that Bitcoin is at present $58,020, which is a slight decrease in the last 24 hours, 1.5% down. We can see Ethereum a bit more, 2% down in the last 24 hours at $2,083. Look, Binance BNB is doing pretty well, but when we're talking about the winners, we can see Bitcoin Gold 51% up, Quantum 30%, Helium 24%, OMG Network 20%. So we can see some nice gains at the moment. And also we can see some losers, just like STX, 29% down, Holo 24% down, Dent 24% down. So we do see winners on one side and losers a little bit on the other side. So it depends in which altcoin you are at the moment. When you're looking at Bitcoin, it's pretty much still sideways. And now let's move on to the first news, which is all about that in the first quarter of this year, which has just finished, it was January, February, and March, the institutional growth slowed down, and now we can see that the retail activity is basically rising. At the end of the last year, obviously, the biggest inflow in crypto was from institutional investors. It was a huge hype, and many people believed it will just continue and grow, and this will just happen in this same will happen in the first quarter of 2021. However, we have seen, for instance, Tesla joining the game in January with $1.5 billion and some others, but altogether this kind of inflow had slowed down a little bit now. And we can see now rather the retail activity is rising. So here you can see in this article that institutional investments that drove cryptocurrency market in late 2020 is starting to slow down, but retail activity is on the rise. So let's talk about a couple of things. First, Bitcoin's market cap crossed 1 trillion in Q1. This is significant in that many institutional investors will not even consider an asset group, so under it, until it is of sufficient size to merit the attention, and 1 trillion is a strong psychological level. So actually, even that now we're talking about that kind of trend now slowed down in Q1, it's very important, it's crucial that actually not just Bitcoin price is going up recently, but also we can see that the market cap has reached the 1 trillion psychological level. Okay, so this is key. So institutional investors are more likely to dedicate resources to investigating and learning about Bitcoin than they were in 2020, especially at the beginning of it. Okay, so even the slowing down, this was key. Then the surge in trading volume from exchanges, the institutions would typically use, the big guys like Coinbase and others. Here you can see the list, trailed off in Q1, which declines across most. So you can see here, it also went down at the end of 2020 and at the beginning of 2021. It was much higher. And then this declined at the moment. Bitcoin futures trading volume was more or less flat in Q1 with occasional peaks. Open interest, however, continued to grow, pointing to increased leverage, which can be taken as a sign of increasing trading rather than investing activity. This is another thing we can talk about. Here you can find several metrics in this article. Also here, the increased participation of small investors can also be seen in the growth in Bitcoin addresses. So here you can see that the Bitcoin addresses, which have more than 0 Bitcoin, are increasing. The number of 0 addresses continued to soar in Q1, while those holding over 1,000 Bitcoin, as you can see here, this is actually here declining. And here also the activities on the addresses, it's also increasing. So yeah, what we can see, it's definitely that the big guys, those addresses a bit going down, but the interest from more and more people, institutions are still here. Okay, so this all look good. So to sum it up, we can say that the last quarter, it was in last year, 2020, was definitely all about institutional investors. It changed in the first quarter, which we have just finished in 2021. And now we will see what Q2 is bringing to us, how it will change. Does it change back to institutional investors? All the retail hype, it's actually keep growing and growing. We're going to tell, of course, at the end of Q2, but I wanted to just a little bit look back and summarize it, what happened so far in this year. Okay, next news I would like to talk about, which is all about USDC is halfway flipping PayPal. And what does that mean? Stable coins are definitely, increasing the use case of stable coin, and also that people put money in stable coins, not just because they want to hold a lot of money in stable coin, they're using it to approach, for instance, other cryptocurrencies. So they move their fiat in stable coins, and when the time is ready, they jump into cryptos like Bitcoin and so on and so forth. And here we have now an article where you can see that Jeremy is saying that USDC is halfway to flipping PayPal. USDC has been a huge growth and is gaining fast on Tether, the king of stablecoins. Obviously, Tether is the biggest one. The co-founder and CEO of Circle, Jeremy, has made a bold prediction that the company issued stablecoin is on track to surpass payment giant PayPal in terms of transacted dollar value. So this is the whole thing we're talking about here. And here you can see a tweet from him that in the last year, there has been over $500 billion in on-chain USDC transaction volume. The perspective, that's already been 50% of the total payment volume of PayPal in 2020. Flipping coming soon. And there were many comments under it, and as some responded to the tweet, noted that two things are not necessarily comparable, as transactions on PayPal are used to pay for goods and services, whereas USDC is primarily used on crypto exchanges for trading and speculations, but it does help put USDC growth spurt into perspective. which means we do know about Visa that they're going to use Ethereum blockchain and the USDC. That's their plan. So definitely there is a growth in the stablecoin area, and this can actually change a lot in the future. And maybe it can happen that there will be less and less people who use PayPal instead of stable coins, as soon as they can reach more merchants and they have more possibilities. So this can be a trend which is on at the moment, definitely not the leading one, but can change things in the future. Messari currently reports adjusted daily volume at 2.5 billion for USDC and 9.8 billion for USDT. In terms of circulating supply, Tether is currently at the record high of 43.3 billion USDT, according to Tether's transparency report, while USDC has 11.3 billion in circulation, growth of 1,500 since the same time last year. Which means both of them are growing, but USDC is also very nicely coming up. So we will see what the future will bring. The one thing I wanted to point out mentioning this topic and picking this article was that now stable coins, as cryptocurrencies growing and getting more and more mainstream, bringing several opportunities. And it can, the trends can change how people use stable coins. They might keep stable coins and they start to purchase them at, even in shops from several merchants and so on and so forth, when they have the opportunity, for instance, like using Visa. So interesting thing happening here. We will see what the future will bring. Okay, and the third thing I would like to talk about is all about education in crypto, because this is key. And, schools are not doing too well when it comes to financial education, to be honest with you. So yes, education is key. And this is what actually Blockchain Bloom is all about. So I would like to keep you up to date and educate you. So if you haven't done so, subscribe to this YouTube channel, Blockchain Bloom, and click on the bell button and then all, so you get the notifications. Because this is actually a free stuff, free education. And to learn about crypto on daily basis, it can definitely help your future, because this is the way we're heading right now. And what is definitely a problem is our educational system. And not just in some countries. I think this is the problem worldwide. And look, here in this article, they're talking about that Bitcoin had been an unfamiliar term to many individuals just a few years ago. Why cryptocurrency continued to enter the mainstream, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other digital assets were being discussed more frequently. So it's more and more a topic. Recently, Bitcoin searches across Google hitting record high in 2020, and by crypto search for the first time at the beginning of this year, further demonstrating the mainstream interest, which means the interest is getting bigger and bigger. Crypto is definitely growing. So while adopting it's underway, the majority of children and teens and many adults remain uneducated when it comes to use of cryptocurrencies and the blockchain. A large reason for this is due to the fact that financial education is not part of the school curriculum in some countries. I think in many countries, to be honest with you. And there's a reason for it, to be honest. It's simple. They won't kind of, make you a great employee. And if you learn too much about finance, how money is made, how money is printed, for instance, and this whole kind of financial system, it's definitely not good for them. As long as they keep you kind of dumb, then they can control you. Therefore, financial education is not in their favor. However, it's very important that we realize this And thanks for these sources, just like, YouTube, internet in general. Now there's the possibility you can learn about these things. They cannot hide it away from you. And therefore, it's important to take an advantage on it. And it would be nice if we can force it in schools to do so. But if it's not happening, then it's our own responsibility to make a move and educate ourselves. So guys, please do so. Don't be blind. Control your finances. Get a knowledge that you know what's going on, and then you can have a control. You learn how to invest in several assets. Now we're talking about crypto here, but in general, just how to handle your cash, how to invest, how to make more. All of these things are very, very important, because if you just live your normal life, you go to work every day, you receive your salary, which is probably enough. In some countries, it's just enough to survive. In other countries, it's enough for more things. But if you are not entrepreneur, then you will never get to the level which brings you financial safety net. Because yes, in some jobs, you can earn a lot of money. But at the end of the day, it's probably you still control. Your time is controlled, which is the most valuable thing in our life. You have a short time to live your life here. And if you spend it on things which others control, then you're giving away your time. And even if they pay you money, it's just not equal with it, in my opinion. So therefore, it's important to establish something which actually gives your financial safety and also save some time for you, which you can spend with things you actually really like, the really valuable things. Spend it with your friends, your kids, your family, do things what you truly enjoy and all these stuff. And actually find a job, it's very important, which you also love from your bottom of your heart, something which makes you passionate, something which, you truly, inspiring you. When Monday comes, you go to your workplace, and then you looking forward to Mondays because you love it. And when a weekend is coming, you're looking forward to be with your family even more. So that would be a nice balance in life. And for that, to make it actually happen, you need to educate yourself. And now crypto, it's also a very important thing. And, here they're saying that the most recent Young Person's Money Index in the United Kingdom-based yearly report examining the financial capability of young people found that 83% of young people want to learn about money and finance in school. So they actually saying it, I want it. It's just not happening. 75% said that their financial literacy comes from their parents. Think about it. So we have these different kind of generations, and 75% learning from the parents, they have never seen actually crypto. So how you accept them to be educated in this area when they listen to their parents, and for their actually it's just a whole weirdo, what's happening, they don't get it. The report also shows that very few students currently use Bitcoin or other digital assets, financial products. With this in mind, it is noteworthy that new platforms created toward Generation Z are being developed to help students to learn about cryptocurrency and blockchain. So we're talking about the Z generation, which are now the young kids. It's between 1995 and end of 2009, so basically up to 2010. And these guys are the ones who are now between 11 and 26-year-old. And for them, it would be crucial to learn about the blockchain crypto because they are at the very early stage of their life. Many of them already leaving high school, even some of them leaving university, and now they establishing their life. And for them to learn about these new opportunities, take part in new jobs, be in the new trend, it would be actually crucial in my opinion. And then we have the alpha generation. For the alpha generation, which are the kids who are born after 2010, so basically the the ones which are up to 11-year-old at the moment, for them, maybe it will be totally different, because maybe when they start really adult life, crypto would be mainstream, and then it's like a totally different thing. But for now, the Z generation, it would be key, I think, to educate them. So I think this article was also kind of useful to focusing on education, because whatever you do, you have to be educated in your area. Otherwise, you cannot be great in it. If you're not great in it, you cannot make enough money. And it's not all about the money, don't get me wrong here. But definitely, if you would like to reach goals in your life, then you do need, in this civilized world, money for it. And you should establish your financial freedom. And without education, you probably cannot really do it. So that's it for today. If you like this kind of content, smash the like button, highly appreciated. And with this, you can actually get this video to even more people on YouTube, because this is how it works. Also, subscribe to this YouTube channel if you would like to get the fresh, crispy blockchain and cryptocurrency news every weekday. Subscribe, bell button and all. And of course, tomorrow I'm coming back with these fresh crypto news. Again, I wish you a great day. Have a good one. Bye-bye.